Hello, my name is Dr. Jessica Gaskin and I work at Marshall Space Flight Center in the X-ray Astronomy Department. I've worked there for the past 8 years and my degree is in physics and astrophysics. So I received my bachelor's from New Mexico Tech in physics. I received a master's in astronomy from Case Western Reserve University, and I received my PhD from the University of Alabama in Huntsville, also in physics. I've been a part of several NASA programs trying to take advantage of everything that they offer, from the Graduate Student Research Program through the NASA Postdoc Program and the Federal Career Intern Program, after which I was hired as a full-time civil servant. As a research scientist in the X-ray Astronomy Group at Marshall Space Flight Center, I'm currently working on a project called HEROES, which is the High Energy Astrophysics to Explore the Sun project. This project is to develop a telescope to observe both astrophysical and solar objects during the same flight. And in fact, this is the payload that we'll be flying later this fall. On this payload, we use a high-altitude balloon that flies to 120,000 feet from Fort Sumner, New Mexico, and the flight will last for 2 days. And what makes this project unique, other than the fact that it observes both astrophysical objects and solar and the sun during the same mission, is that the team consists of new scientists and young engineers at Marshall Space Flight Center and at Goddard Space Flight Center in the development. The program is called the Hands-On Project Experience, where we take young or new engineers and scientists, pair them together both at Marshall Space Flight Center, and we're working with Goddard Space Flight Center on this as well, to fly a payload within 15 months of coming into concept. So it's been a very ambitious project, and the idea is to train all of these people in a flight project in a very short amount of time. And so once we fly, not only will we get science that is unique and has never been obtained before, but we'll also be able to train multiple individuals in the flight experience. So once again, utilizing the NASA programs that are available to us to continue this learning process, and also to fly an amazing payload from beginning to end. The entire team can see the entire process and how it works, and fly. How does what we do impact the rest of the world? It impacts it through training young students in STEM disciplines. When you can actually take a project from beginning to end and see what you build and design, and see it in flight, and see it making a difference in the observations that are made, and contributing to the better science, that's extremely important. But in addition to that, a lot of the modifications that we've made and a lot of the technologies that we develop, they actually contribute to other fields as well. In particular, in this case, we develop X-ray optics and X-ray detectors, which are used in the medical fields. So not only are we developing something for astrophysics and solar physics, but we're developing a technology that could potentially help millions of people one day under the right circumstances. But ultimately, we're after the science. And when we get the science, if we learn something new about the sun, or we learn something new about the universe we live in, then we'll have a better understanding about who we are and why we're here. So there's always the big picture to look at. And in the end, what's important is whether or not you love the work that you do, and you see that the work that you do matters and makes a difference in the world. So my advice to students coming into the program, into any STEM discipline, and also who wants to work for NASA eventually, love what you do, have a personal investment in what you do, and use every tool at your disposal to get there. There are several NASA programs that you can actually utilize, and there are non-NASA programs in volunteering and doing whatever it takes to complete the goal that you're after. So make sure you're well informed about all of the opportunities available to you, and then when you get onto a project, make sure that you make that strong personal investment and love what you do, and you can't go wrong.